guys, it's Jinya. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. So glad that you're here with me. If you haven't already read the title, obviously today I'm going to be talking to you about thrifting and shopping at thrift stores. I really just wanted to share the latest trip that I went on. I've been to the thrift store a number of times, but recently I was like, oh, this is such a vloggable moment, and so I started recording while I was at the store. If you're interested in going shopping with me, and if you're interested in like the tips and tricks that I have from my experience, from my personal shopping experience, then please stick around and hopefully I can be helpful to you today. So I have been thrift shopping like a number of times. I've been to a lot of different places, Goodwill, Salvation Army. I mean, you can kind of run the list down for secondhand stores that I have visited. Even when we moved to this new place where we live now, one of the first things that I did was to go around and check out all the thrift stores that we have, within a reasonable driving distance. And I've probably been to all of them at least once. I don't know if I've bought anything from all of them yet, but I've definitely been to a few of them. Typically when people talk about thrift shopping, they mean like shopping for clothes, but I do also buy other things from the thrift store. Like I've got these cool bookends with Eiffel Towers on them. I've bought home decor. I bought a wreath when I was decorating for Christmas and for fall and different things like that. So it's not all that I buy, but today I just want to talk mostly about clothing, especially because, again, that's what my recent trip was about earlier this week. Okay, so you guys will be able to actually go to the store with me today. And the store that I went to is probably going to be obvious. You might end up seeing some signs and things like that in the video, but I won't tell you which location it is, just because there's one little thing about this store that I don't really like a whole lot. And it sucks because it goes against one of my tips. Well, it makes it difficult to follow one of my tips. So anyway, the location that I went to has a fitting room, and I always try things on. I'll get into that in a minute. But the fitting room is basically a closet, but they just cut off like a couple inches on the top of the door and on the bottom of the door, so that looks more like a dressing room style. There's a lock, which is good, okay. But then when you get in there, there's the oldest mirror ever. It's a dirty mirror, and also the floor is really dirty and dusty. When you guys go to the dressing room with me, you'll see that I faced some challenges with actually getting like a quality video, just because the room itself is a mirror and a chair, and there's nowhere to even hang anything. It wasn't fun. So I didn't film for very long, but I recorded enough, and hopefully you guys can kind of get the gist of what it looked like when I was trying everything on. But other than that, it was pretty much a regular trip. Yeah, just to kind of preface what you're about to witness. So stick with me, and I will, like I said, I'll share some tips and some tricks with you after we get back from the store. following me around the store. It wasn't a long trip. I wasn't there forever. And I mostly was just looking at dresses. Even though I did walk through the rest of the store, I realized when I came in that they had 50% off for dresses. And I was like, I guess we're going to get some dresses today. And I just have been so into dresses recently. I don't know why I feel so girly, but so be it. But these are my tips. So number one, like I was saying about the dressing room, that was so important to me because my number one tip is to try things on. I actually learned this from my mom. She always says things will look different on the rack, on the hanger, on the shelf than they do on your body. And sometimes they will look better once you put them on, or they will look worse once you put them on. Some stuff that I'm on the fence about, I'll just grab and just try it on and see. If there's some stuff that looks really great, but I'm like, is it really my size? Is it really going to work for my body type? Is it something I'll be comfortable in? Then I want to make sure I try it on first. I actually ended up grabbing how many things did I grab? I don't know, more than six, 7 different things maybe. And so I made sure I had more than I really wanted so that I could kind of get to a point where I knew, okay, I'm going to buy 2 of these things. I'm going to buy 3 of these things. And you can't be afraid to just grab stuff if you think it looks kind of cool. Because all you have to do is try it on. It's free to try stuff on. It is free to throw it in your cart. It's not free once you actually buy it, but you want to give yourself an opportunity to kind of try it out, walk through the store with it, keep looking at it. Is that pattern something I like or whatever, to think about it. But try things on. And I didn't buy everything that I tried on because I didn't like the way it looked once I actually had it on my body. And I was like, okay, it's not that great. It looks cute. I had a cute idea in my head, but it wasn't that great once I actually wore it. So it was really important for me to actually try stuff on and see what it would look like. Tip 1, A, is to make sure you're wearing the proper undergarments for the type of clothes that you're looking for. I wasn't exactly prepared in the best way. I had more modest coverage as far as my undergarments on the top, and so you could see them when I was trying on some thinner things, or things that had a little lower cuts or whatever. And so if you know that your style is gonna require you to have a certain kind of undergarment, then make sure you wear that when you go, just because it'll give you a better idea of what you're actually gonna look like once you wear it. Number 2, and this is kind of to ensure that you get some good quality pieces, is look for familiar or popular brands, or maybe brands that you've tried on before, or brands that you already own, or brands that you already kind of believe in. Look at the tags, see what it says. Oh wow, it's Versace. Not that that's gonna happen, but I'm just saying, check it out and say, okay, this is a brand I know, and it usually fits me well, or it usually fits me like this or like that. Then that'll help you with making sure you get something that's quality material, and also something that you're kind of already familiar with, and oh, this will be good. This has worked for me in the past. This will work for me in the future, right? Number 3, check carefully for damage, for loose strings, for a little splotch of bleach or paint mark. I know that I've bought things that have had little, minor damage to them, and it hasn't been a big deal. It's either not really noticeable, or you could easily cover it up, or you could easily fix it. Maybe you're handy with a needle, and you can kind of fix little holes and things like that, or maybe you can patch it, or whatever the case may be. But take the time before you actually walk out of the store with something to see okay, what could possibly be wrong with this piece, because there's a reason that somebody donated it. And it might not just be it was too big or too small for them. It might be because they spilled a little bleach on it, but it's not that noticeable, but they notice, and so they're like, maybe somebody else won't mind. And so if you don't mind, then so be it. But at least give yourself the opportunity to make sure you know exactly what you're getting. Check around for loose strings, like I said, for hems that are coming apart, for fuzzies, for whatever else might be on that clothing that you won't like once you get home and you're actually trying to wear it out, or whatever the case may be. Number 4 kind of ties back to number 1. Pick up a bunch of stuff. It is free to just throw things in your cart. I always get a cart, unless I'm okay, I'm here for one thing. I'm looking for a pair of pants. Once I get those pants, I'm leaving. I can't get a whole cart. But if I know that I'm just kind of doing like some browsing and just checking out to see what I can get and what might be interesting, just pick up a bunch of stuff. And then have in mind, I'm not going to buy 20 things. I just want to give myself 20 opportunities to find something that I love, because you're going to try it on. You're going to check it out carefully. You're going to say, do I really need this? Do I really want this? Before you walk up to the register, right? But just get a bunch of stuff. It's free to try it on. It's free to just grab it. And so give yourself that chance. And then you can say later, like, okay, this was just me dreaming. This so totally doesn't look great on me, or I don't need that for this season, or that can wait, or whatever. But other than that, like, give yourself an opportunity to find lots of things and then sort of break it down to like, okay, I'll buy this, I won't buy that. Okay, number 5 is once you get home and you've got all the stuff you want, it looks great, you're excited, wash it. Wash everything. You don't know where the stuff came from. You don't know who wore it last. And again, you don't know why they donated it. There could be a number of different reasons why somebody got this off of their hands, and so you're not sure. Some stuff may have come from someone donating, a relative things after they passed away. So maybe these things have been in a closet, or they've been packed away in a box and they haven't looked at it at all. Maybe it's been in the back of someone's closet and it's just collecting dust, or whatever the case may be. Wash everything. I always wash everything. I don't wear it without washing it first. Even when I get stuff from the retail store, sometimes I'll just do a light wash just to shake off, whoever tried it on already, or, wherever it came from, or wherever it was being stocked in the store, or whatever happened between the manufacturer sewing it together, sending it to the store, from me buying it from the store and taking it home. I wash everything I buy, unless I'm just super excited about it and I don't care. But for the most part, if I consciously, make the decision, I'll make sure I wash everything that I buy. So that I find is super important. Again, you never know who wore this thing, where it came from, why they donated, and nothing like that. Wash everything. So that's my top 5. There may be some other things. Go thrifting to save yourself money. Go thrifting to find things that you've never seen before. Go thrifting to just experience what's in a thrift store. The stigma about thrifting has definitely fallen away, and a lot of people, feel better about shopping for secondhand discount clothes. Somebody's already worn this stuff. It's pre-approved or whatever you want to call it. So it worked for somebody at one point. Maybe it'll work for me. Sometimes you can find stuff that already has the new store tags on it, and that means that person probably didn't even get a chance to wear it out from when they bought it. And so you could be the first actual wearer of that. But you can find all kinds of interesting things at thrift stores. So if there's a Goodwill, or there's a Salvation Army, or there's any other, not off-brand, but not the big major brands, there's smaller secondhand stores near you, try them out. It could save you some money, and you could find something interesting. People are sometimes getting rid of old clothes, and so it's stuff that's not necessarily in style right now. And so if you're looking for some vintage looks, or you just want something that's not necessarily on trend, go for it. Thanks again so much for tuning into my channel, for spending some time with me. Hopefully my tips are helpful. If you want to continue to follow me on other social media, my 2 pages, my hair page and my personal page, are Ginny Ninja and Ginny Styles, just like my YouTube channel is. Subscribe, please subscribe. I'm trying to get more subscribers. I think I'm going to create some incentive and do some kind of giveaway or something to see if I can pull more subscribers to my channel, because I really just want to keep growing and sharing with more people that I don't know. And just making this a larger community, so I can keep sharing my experiences, sharing my advice, my knowledge, my whatever I have to share with you guys. But yeah, thanks so much for being here. I love y'all, and please check out my other videos. I do have a current series running called Rev Up, and I'm trying to create another series. It's in the works. I'm trying to work on the copyrights for it, but that's to come. So keep checking these videos out, and my next series will hopefully be available for you soon. Do I have anything else I want to tell you guys? And remember, you are loved, you have purpose, and I'll see you next time the sun shines.